Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to part 15 of Let's Make an Adventure. This is your side quest contact, and what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be moving on with the with one of our other contact ally characters, NPCs, and the scenario around that. Just to recap, in our last episode, we talked about we finished off Franguza. That was our bugbear ranger, right? Going into the jungle, getting into some encounters, doing that, and getting involved with that NPC. So now we're going to move on, and we wrapped up that, we concluded that, and now we're going to move on to the next one. And the next one, just to remind us here, now this is going to be our Hadozee Warlock, who is a famous adventurer's scion. Warlock is a patron to a benevolent archfey. We have a bond, we have a weakness, and we have already the beginnings of a little bit of a story here. So we got to kind of flesh this out some. And the way we're going to start here is let's start with this character. We're going to make this character up. All right, so let's go to let's make our character here, and we'll come up with a name in a little bit. All right, so race, Hadozee. Go to description, celebrity adventure scion. Now, when we first thought of this, my impression was that the famous celebrity was like a distant ancestor, but it actually no, it's the parents, the actual parents of this character. And the Hadozee background, remember, I think they come from a world where there's lots of vicious natural predators. They took to the treetops to escape, eventually adapted or came across spell jamming technology and wanted to get off of their really terrible world. And so we have these settlements potentially on other worlds. And the parents of this adventurer, my thinking is so far, is that they were adventurers who led an exodus. They led a group of Hadozee to this world, got them settled up, and maybe put this NPC in charge. Okay, so you're our kid, you're our son or daughter, so you're gonna govern this settlement, and we're gonna keep doing what we do. We're gonna fly off, and we're gonna take other Hadozee to other worlds and get them off that terrible homeworld that they live on. So I think that's a good place to have this character and explain what its parents are and why it's here. Now, to that means we have a settlement of Hadozee here in this region. And my thinking is like I think like in like it's a wilderness settlement, and they remind me of Ewoks in a sense of like living up in the treetops, right? We have bridges spanning large trees. That way they can leap from one tree, spread their little wings out, and glide to where they need to be. Ladders, pulleys, sophisticated like pulleys and lifts, moving up and down levels in these treetops. That's kind of how I'm thinking of this settlement here. So let's continue here. We're going to keep moving. Anything we got to choose here? Suggested characteristics, name dropping. You've met and know a number of powerful people. Okay. You might be able to wrangle minor assistance from a major figure. So maybe someone who's connected to other NPCs throughout the region. And we also got to think about why are the players coming here? Like, why are they going to this settlement? And we got to link all of that together. Excuse me. Okay, so you start off with perception and performance as in disguise kit. Okay. All right, so let's get our class now. We said we're a warlock. Warlock. Let's choose our patron. Archfey. Proficiencies for warlock. How about now again, since this is an ally of the characters, I'm looking for skills and later spells that can be helpful to the players. So perhaps, let's see, let's do Arcana. It's always good to have. So he knows, he or she knows things. and possibly, yeah, let's do deception as well. All right, nothing to choose down here, just first level. All right, abilities. And again, I'm just keeping this simple, right? These are just NPCs, so I'm not looking to like have a wide variety of types of ability scores. So for my NPCs, I just keep to the standard array. Do it how you want to do it. But with a warlock, we definitely want a good charisma, and then I'm thinking perhaps Constitution, and I'm gonna say, let's see, is he or she more intelligent or more wise? Do they know more things or make better decisions? Good question. Let's go with wisdom. Then let's go Dex, intelligence. Doesn't need to be strong. Okay, so we got some ability score increases too. So this is the option we can choose. All right, so how would we want to do this? So I think I'll put the 1 in charisma. So bump that up to a 16. Get the +2 for that. And then the constitution. We'll put the 2 in constitution. +1 goes to wisdom. +2 goes to con. All right. How's that look? Oh, I messed up. Not wisdom. Charisma. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, that makes more sense. All right, let's go give the character some equipment. I'm gonna go with simple weapon. What kind of have here? Let's see, a Hadozee who has a patron who's an archfey. What would be a good sickle, darts, short bow? I like that. Okay, short bow. Component powder. Okay, let's just go with that. Okay, and yeah, it doesn't matter. That's about crystal. Okay, soldiers pack, scholars pack, dungeoneer pack, and scholar. Leather armor, two daggers. Choose an option. So we have a short bow already. How's about let's just go with a hand axe. Okay. And equipment. It's our dagger, hand axe, short bow, and leather armor. Okay. Now let's go get the spells. We have a warlock, so we need to choose some spells. And let's think about what spells could be helpful to the players. This is an ally, so let's see how many we get. 2 cantrips. So I like to have like one attack and one spell that's helpful to the players. All right, just yeah, Eldritch Brass. That's kind of a necessity for that's about. And we'll go Mage Hand. That could be in some way helpful. All right, first level spells. How many get? We get 2. Okay. Fairy Fire. And Witch Bolt. Okay. So we got our 2 spells and our 2 cantrips. Just double checking. Okay. Okay, so now we got the character sheet. We got an idea of what this character can do, where it comes from. It's a little bit of its background and what it's doing here. Governing this I'd say medium-sized Hadozee settlement. Nothing, it's not a huge like metropolis of Hadozee, nor is it just a tiny village. It's yeah, a moderate-sized town worth of Hadozee there. Um, Now we have, let's see. Remember, we got a highly arrogant type of person. So could come off, maybe not as an ally. Maybe we have this character is a little haughty, a little maybe talks down to people, including the players when they come in. And then perhaps our players demonstrate that hey, maybe we're not just everyone else. You don't talk to us that way, and then we start forming that connection. Now the issue with this Hadozee is it's its enemy, this Deathlock White. Now we talked briefly about that as we were just kind of laying the foundations for all of these characters, and now we're going to kind of go deep into this and like what is the motivation behind all of this and why and how are the players going to get wrapped up into this. Now, what we're going to think about here first, let's go take a look at the Deathlock White. Get some more get some inspiration from that. That's in Monsters of the Multiverse. Deathlock. Let's just start at the top. Okay. Forging the pact between a warlock and its patron is no minor occasion, at least not for the warlock. The consequences of breaking the pact can be dire, in some cases lethal. A warlock who fails to live up to the bargain with an evil patron runs the risk of rising from the dead as a deathlock. A foul undead driven to serve its otherworldly patron. So, like it or not, you're gonna serve me, and if you don't do it willingly, I just turn you into an undead monster. So then our original thought may not fit because I was originally thinking that they served the same patron and that he in this Deathlock White betrayed that coven, if you would. But if our character, if our Hadozee warlock serves a benevolent fae, then that fae is not likely to turn a traitor into an undead monster. Now, perhaps this could be a Seelie unseelie situation. Perhaps they were this was a warlock too, the same archfey, maybe perhaps seduced by the power of another unseelie force and switch sides. And then because unseelie fae, I imagine it's easy to fall out of their favor, the slightest offense, and that unseelie fae is thinking, no, yeah, you're not living up to the bargain, so boom, you're an undead monster now. That makes a little more sense. Okay, so not coming from the same Archfey, but having switched sides, displeased its new evil master, and now is the Deathlock. So let's spell that out a little. Okay, so Deathlock. Originally served that Fey, switch sides to serve an unseelie Fey, displeased the new master, and then turned into the Deathlock White. And many would see that as a fitting end to a turncoat, right? Because even if someone's betraying your enemy to the benefit of you, you still look at that person as someone who's willing to betray someone, right? They were willing to betray one person. Why wouldn't they be willing to betray me if it fit their needs? So yeah, turncoats, even like to the people they're betraying to, sometimes don't get the best treatment because yeah, they're turncoats, they're traitors, and that person even will recognize that. So maybe our this unseelie thing was looking for an excuse, right? Does just doesn't didn't like this character, this original warlock, but used its treachery to gain an edge in whatever conflict it was waging. And once its edge was gained, it achieved whatever it wanted to achieve. This traitor is now just hanging around and kind of unsightly. So let me make it into an undead monster because that's much better, right? But now at least that Unsee Faily Arc Fae now has direct control over the monsters. No longer has any independent will to betray or to switch sides. So that's how we got here. So now what's it doing, right? So now it's causing trouble because we saw here in the monster description that it can create zombies when it kills things. A humanoid slain by its attack raises 24 hours later as a zombie, and it can have no more than 12 zombies under its control at one time. But 12 zombies to first level character group is a big deal. Right? That's 12 attack rolls every round going out on those characters. Some are going to miss, some are going to hit, some might crit. So that's a big deal for the characters. So how would they deal with this monster who's already challenge rating 3? So we're not at deadly, but actually no, I think we are at deadly. But that's okay because the players are smart. They'll figure something out. And in addition to this, you got 12 zombies. Let's look at zombie. So we would have 12 of these. That's only a 1/4 challenge rating, so not bad. But yeah, it's gonna fight. It's gonna just keep clawing. It's not gonna stop. These aren't we retreat type or surrender type enemies. Zombies just keep fighting until there are no more hit points. The zombie reaches 0 hit points. It makes a Constitution save, and then even then, you knock it to 0 hit points, it still can come back and give you one more round of trouble. So we could have an outright like attack, like this Deathlock White. Perhaps it's experiencing a moment where its Unseelie Arcfey Master is not directly controlling it, so it has like a brief lull where it can pursue an agenda, and that agenda is probably full of rage and hate against any servants of the Seelie Fae they were combating, and that then is directed to any servants like the Warlock or Hadozee Warlock. Now, you can't really stealthily move around 12 zombies. Even at night, someone's going to be around, someone's going to be up. So this isn't like something where there's a lot of sneaking around. I'm thinking possibly just full frontal assault. The characters are going to get whiff or are going to get hints of things to come. But yeah, this Deathlock White is here. It's here for revenge. I got a dozen zombies. Let's go. What else can it do? The life drain, just multi attack. That's terrible for first level characters. Two life drain or grave bolt, and that life drain is what turns you into a zombie. Grave bolt is a ranged attack. Oh, and we got spell casting. Hold person, fear. That's great. So we have like a row of zombies moving up, and this thing's behind it. Casting fear, hold person as appropriate. Oh, mage armor. So yeah. Oh, sunlight sensitivity. So this is only happening at night. They ain't coming out during the day. So that's perhaps maybe how the characters need to deal with that. because it's going to be secluded and taking shelter during the day. That means its movement's going to be limited. While in sunlight, the Deathlike has disadvantage on things. Attack rolls, wisdoms, checks, rely on sight, etc. So now that doesn't mean like just because the sun is out, it's at disadvantage. So it has to be in sunlight. So that's why it has a place for shelter during the light, during the day, and perhaps the players can track that down. That way, they limit its movement, its ability to attack, to escape. Right? It doesn't want to. I mean, it might flee out in the sunlight, but then it's going to be put in disadvantage. So that might be its last desperate effort to escape. Is if it has to go out into the sun, because yeah, it's not taking damage from the sun. It's at disadvantage in the sun. Run away quickly, disguise self, like find him, disguise self, and try to escape. Okay, so yeah, so how about this? Let me put this in here. Has a hidden layer where it it hides during the day. Has a gang of 12 zombies, and these zombies can be even guarding the lair during the day. Let's double check. Do zombies have sunlight sensitivity or anything? No, no, they don't have any sunlight. They just kind of hang around. Yeah, so that's what they would do. Guarding the lair and used as its muscle. Okay, so we have the beginnings. We have the foundations of this scenario going. And what we'll need to kind of continue on is, how this will look, right? The players are in this Hadozee village. What's going to happen when these things attack? Like, what kind of forces can the Hadozee bring to bear? What kind of, any other allies the players have, can they bring to bear? Because we don't have a lot of, super powerful people in this village. We have a group of first level characters, and we have a first level warlock who governs the town. And they got town guards. Like there's a force there. So how is that going to be utilized? And we'll have to think about that. We'll think about that on our next one. All right, everyone. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all next time. See you later.